Hi, this is David again, and I just wanted to make a quick video on why I didn't serve a Mormon mission. I was active in the Mormon church. I was going to, back in those days it's called Young Men's today. It's called Mutual Improvement Association. Well, it didn't improve me, so it was a failure too. But I went to MIA, Mutual Improvement. I was a 4-year seminary graduate. I was active in the church. I've told you over and over again, I've been a member of the Mormon church for over 50 years, and then I resigned 7 years ago. And so I'm telling you what I've seen with my own eyes and heard with my, I'm not reading things, I'm not on the internet finding evil things about the Mormons. You don't have to go on the internet to find evil things about the Mormons. Just baptize and get in. Baptize, please. I'm not trying to pull people out of the Mormon church. They're falling out like there's a fire. Okay, I was supposed to serve a mission. The prophets, and I spell that Profits, and they hate that. But anyway, the $5 million or $1 billion mall downtown, they hate that kind of a reference to their prophets. The Jesus Mall. But anyway, I was expected to serve a mission. My family was active in the church, and we had 5 kids, which my dad couldn't afford, just like most families. And when I started to graduate from high school, of course turning 18, I had my car, nice, black 57 Chevy, yeah. I used to be cool. Now I'm just an old fart sitting in front of this stupid camera and making journals for myself. And yet, I'm shocked. You know, I've been on like a month and a week, and I've got almost 5,000 hits. Now, I've said it before. I've checked my own videos, only about 4,999, but there must be one person out there looking. So here comes this great big expectation that David is supposed to serve a mission. Well, here's some of the processes behind that. First of all, you need to be a 4-year seminary student. That's pretty much required. I went to seminary for 4 years. I was awake at least one of those years. The other 3 I can't account for. But anyway, my dad was a fanatic in the Mormon church, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, when you meet fanatics in the Mormon church, you are meeting child molesters, which he was. You're meeting people who have outside affairs on their wives and husbands. Anyone that's fanatical, and I'm telling you as a trained master's level psychologist, okay? When you see people fanatical, you know that's what we call a reaction formation. They are having a reaction to make sure that other people don't know who they really are. So if you're a gay man in the Republican or the Democratic, but it seems that the Republicans draw more of that, I don't know why. But if you're a gay man and you're in the Senate, boy, you fight and fight and fight against gay people, and you pass bills and you make speeches, and then you go in the bathroom and have gay relationships. So my dad was a fanatic in the Mormon church, and it was expected that I would serve a mission. Well, I had a nice car. I wasn't a popular kid in school. I wasn't picked on or a nerd, but I was kind of a loner, which I am today. That's just the way the atheist God made me. And I did a lot of thinking. Now, when you're a Mormon, that's rule number 1. You don't do any thinking. You just bow your head in the temple and say yes, and that is your position the rest of your life in the Mormon church. You bow your head and say yes, and if you don't, they will cut your throat or cut your guts out. No intimidation there, right? So, I started thinking. I thought, I like girls. I really do like girls, and, they're kind of equipped a little differently than we are. And, I'd kind of like to get an education, and BYU is just dumb enough to let me in, which they did, and I did, and I graduated. Well, now they've asked for that degree back ever since I've started making the videos, but I told them, give me my money back, and I'll give you the degree back. And they go, no, the Mormons never give money out. We just take money in. Okay. So I thought, well, I'd like to have an education, and I really like the girls, and I don't like scouting. The Mormon church doesn't have an inspired program from Jesus for the young men. They just put them in the Boy Scout tents. And that's supposed to be exciting. And every boy likes tying ropes and throwing arrows and hunting and laying on the rocks at night and freezing their ass off. Well, I didn't. I was thinking and go, you know what? We have a heater in our house. I like that. We have food in the refrigerator. I don't want raunchy food that's been left out overnight or 2 nights and bears chasing me around the tent, or the Mormon scout leaders chasing me around the tent. Do they do that? A lot of them. I'm not going to overstate my positions, ever. I'm not going to tell you something I don't know. I'm not going to tell you a law case that I haven't read. I have read and seen the Mormon Church settle quietly with several Boy Scout leaders in the Mormon Church who have molested kids. The National Association of Boy Scouts has a list of 5,000 known child molesters in the Boy Scouts of America administration. Well, and the Mormon Church is the biggest use of the Boy Scouts in the world. See, that doesn't take a master's degree to figure out, gee, there must be some Mormon people that are molesting kids in those tents. So I didn't like sleeping outside, and I didn't like, a Coleman stove cooking my meals, and the flashlight batteries are dead, and I'm stumbling through the tulips and the logs and missing the scorpions and the raccoons to go to the bathroom. I wasn't interested in that life. And as a boy in the Mormon Church, you're either interested in that life or you're dog shit. You are not accepted. And so you put on the uniform and the hat, and you have all these badges on you here and saluting like you're in the damn military. That wasn't me. I wasn't interested. I'm not in the military. I was a child. I wanted to be a child, and I like girls. And so when the Mormon Church approached me and said, well, it's time for you to go on a mission, and I said, well, I'm thinking that I'm not going to go. Oh, my God. It's like I was naked in downtown New Jersey on a street corner. They went berserk, and my dad went berserk. And I said, well, look, that's a choice of mine, isn't it? And they go, no, you're a Mormon boy. You don't have a choice. You go on a mission. You preach the gospel. You get a testimony. You tell them about Jesus. Oh, and about Joseph Smith marrying the 14-year-olds. Oh, no, you don't tell them that on a mission. Milk before meat. Milk before meat. Oh, Brigham Young and Mountain Meadows, 120 innocent people slaughtered. No, we don't tell them that as a missionary. We just say, hey, commit to paying 10% of your income, gross income, for the rest of your life to us, and we'll take you to heaven. Oh, stupid people, they do. So when they said to me, gee, you didn't like sleeping in tents, I said, no. And they said, well, on a Mormon mission, you actually have a small apartment that you share with your companion. And I said, well, isn't that companion always a man, a male? They go, yes, that's the way the Lord wants it. And I said to myself, you didn't want to be in a Boy Scout tent with these people. You want to live with another man for 2 years and, clean the bathroom after him and eat together and sleep together and begin a homosexual behavioral pattern? And I said, no, I just kind of like those girls. I like the girls. And they go, no. We're in charge of your penis. We're in charge of your mind. We're in charge of your food. We're in charge of your underwear. We're in charge of what you see. No TV, no writing. Can't even call your mother. You are in Mormon Auschwitz. I said, gee, that doesn't sound like much fun. And you will ride a bike. I said, yeah, but I freeze my ass off on a bike. I already have a car, man. I worked all through high school to buy a car. It has a heater in it. That doesn't matter. You're being tested. I said, yeah, but not by the Lord. It seems like I'm being tested by you people. No, we represent the Lord. We talk to the Lord, and he wants you on a mission. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I'll talk to him, too, and see if he confirms that. Well, he never did. And so David didn't serve a mission. Well, there's some social and psychological consequences. If you're a Mormon boy and you don't serve a mission, there's only one reason. There is only one reason. I don't care what you read about the Mormons. I don't care what they say. I lived it for 50 damn years. There's only one reason that the members of the church believe you didn't go on a mission, it's because of your penis. You could not control it. It's been in some of the girls, or that you've been doing other kinds of sexual things, and you're not worthy. You are a licked cupcake. Well, that wasn't true. I was a virgin when I got married. Believe it or not, I was a virgin. There were, my hands weren't, but certainly the rest of me was. So I didn't go. Now, here's the consequences. I went to BYU. In the BYU, you're sitting in every class. Every meeting, you're sitting in at BYU. The professor asks a question, or you're in a Sunday school or priesthood meeting class, and the president or whoever is in charge will say, and who was it that found the gold plates? 18 missionaries will raise their hand, and little David's sitting there going, well, I know, but gee, maybe these guys know more. And, oh yes, Elder Smith. Well, when I was on my mission in France, that's always the phrase before they ever answer any question. When I was on my mission in Germany, well, when I was speaking Hebrew in Iraq, no, I don't think you speak Hebrew in Iraq, they always identified themselves in a group as Mormon missionaries. Now, the girls' all eyes will light up, and their ring finger starts twitching. It twitches like this in those meetings, and I'm going, geez, I didn't go on a mission, but I'm a good person, and aren't I as available as that? Here's this big guy. Well, now I'm laughing because I'm way overweight myself right now, but I wasn't back in college. But here's this 300-pound 22-year-old student who has got big old rimmed glasses and is basically the head of the nerds, and he said, "Oh, when I was on my mission in Tonga," and the girl's eyes all get big, and their ring finger go, and I say, shit, they would take him over me? Now, I mean, I should show my picture someday on my Facebook. You can look it up. But I wasn't an ugly guy, and this guy is ugly, and he's stupid. Well, every time they will say, oh, when I was on my mission in Switzerland, and I would raise my hand and just answer the question, wasn't it Joseph Smith? And they'd all look at me like, he's obviously dog shit. He didn't serve a mission, or he'd be proud to say he served a mission. So I had a lot of guilt and a lot of trepidation and a lot of fear that I was going to be judged, and I was judged as unworthy. Well, that forced me into an early marriage. I married very early. I was 19 when I married, and the reason I got married, not because I was in love. I married a wonderful girl, and we're divorced now, but she was a wonderful girl, highly intelligent, wonderful person. But the reason I married her is because I wanted to prove to the Mormon church I had control of my weenie. David controls his weenie. 19 years old. I was stupid. I was pressured. And this is the way the cult treated me, and this is why I didn't serve a mission. I didn't want to sleep with a boy for 2 years. It might make me gay. I don't think so, because I'm kind of heterosexual a lot this way. But anyway, this is the evil of the Mormon church. I'm going to say evil. I'm going to use that. I don't use that word very often with the Mormon church, but it's evil to pressure their young people like that, and to take away their marriage partners, take away their self-esteem, take away their education and their self-respect. I didn't serve a mission, and you know what? I'm 64 today, and I'm glad as hell I didn't. I have excellent education, excellent wife and children, and a happy life. I didn't need 2 years of misery. Thanks.